Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today I am really excited to be joined once again by Lyric. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, and for those of you who don't know, Lyric is also a creator on the PlayStation and does a lot of really great work. And I've fairly recently upgraded to PS5, so now has the joys of the larger build limit.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, no, it's amazing, isn't it? Like it really. You can get about, basically almost 50% more in your park. And so it really adds up for sure. Um,
Definitely.
yeah. But today we're looking at a park that is called Slasher Land Horror Movie Themed Mega Park and is created by Matthew Jed 1987. So you're kind of seeing some overviews of some of the kind of larger coasters and stuff in the park. It's got 7 areas. It's got a dairy area based off it, Woodsboro based off Scream, Haddonfield, which is Halloween, Crystal Lake, Friday 13th, Elm Street, Child's Play, and Saw. So I know you, when we were talking the other day, Lyric, you'd mentioned that this was a park that you really were interested in looking at as well. So what kind of stands out to you before we get started?
Oh, everything. I'm a big horror movie fan, so um, yeah, I really only looked at the Halloween one because Michael Myers is my main man. But yeah, this just looks amazing, and I've always wanted to do something like this, but I am not that creative to do that yet.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Um, So yeah, as we're here at the entrance, and there's gonna be a fair amount of stuff in the description below. In the description, I'm gonna put a link to this park on the workshop, a link to the other videos that I've recorded or done over this creator's creations, because he did a Pokemon park that was just amazing, with all the custom Pokemon and stuff. And I'm also gonna put a link, Lyric, to your page on the front of your workshop, because I know you've got a lot of amazing creations on there and stuff. Um,
I got a few.
yeah, doing a really good job there. So we're here at the entrance of Slasher Land, and as we enter the park, what is your favorite of the slasher kind of movies?
Oh, Halloween. By
Speaking of
far.
Ghostface, we got a lot of Ghostface hanging up on that coaster right there. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't seen all the Halloween movies, and you're gonna not like me for this. That might be one of my least favorite ones. Um, and
Yeah.
I don't really have a particular reason for it. I just like I think I haven't seen all the Friday the 13th either. Like the newer It movies are absolutely amazing. I love Child's Play. The Scream movies are good. I rewatched them all recently for some reason and forgot how cheesy they were, but yet they're still awesome. um,
Yeah, I think it's really with Halloween. It's the story. The movies don't go along with each other. Like, you got one, which is the original one, obviously, and then you got two that's after that, and then you got one that doesn't even have Michael Myers in it, and then the timeline is really messed up in the movie. So I think that's a reason why maybe some people don't get super invested in it, but.
yeah, yeah. It's always interesting to see, like, do people like horror movies or not? And for me, I look at it as like, like those movies don't scare me, so they're good. It's just like I'm not going to Camp Crystal Lake. I don't live on Elm Street, so that stuff can never happen to me. um,
Yeah.
but yes, so we get this first
Yes.
coaster. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said, yeah, I mean, I seen Halloween for the first time when I was like 5 years old, so that movie scared me out of my mind, and it was just, I liked it ever since that, I guess, so.
Yeah. So here is the first coaster, and this is the Scream coaster. It's a invert coaster, as you can see the stats. Vertical G-force is probably a little bit high, but it's got 5 inversions. So we'll take a ride on the coaster and talk to y'all afterwards. All right, lyrics. So that was the Scream inspired coaster, or not necessarily Scream inspired, but yeah, a coaster based around Scream. And I mean, I absolutely loved it. I thought that was really smooth. Um, I think it was really well done. And just by seeing some of his previous parks, I can really tell that he's gotten better in terms of smoothing out coasters and kind of creating coasters and stuff. And I love these. I know you mentioned this too as we were watching the POV. Like those characters, those Scream
Yeah.
characters he made are just awesome. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, those obviously are the thing that stood out the most to me, other than it obviously being really smooth. Yeah, those Scream characters are amazing. I really want to try to figure out and kind of get the art shape stuff down to be able to make stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's really tedious, and we'll see.
Oh yeah,
But
for sure. Yeah, as it looks like you got triangular pieces, you got the oval piece, but then the weird part is like figuring out how to make the face. Like that's just a lot of. So that's a spheroid. So it's like just putting a lot of these together. Oops, hold on.
yeah, it's just got to be so precise.
Very tedious for sure.
Right.
Too tedious for me to want to do it, but yeah, I mean this Matthew just makes these incredible 3D shapes, and it's just amazing. I think my favorite is I still just love the little Scream signs that are on every support, basically. Um, yeah, so it's really, really, really well done. And then I do like the building pieces too, like the not the building pieces, whatever, the choice of kind of using this kind of glossy kind of tile, I think really works well with this style, or with the Scream idea here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then let's continue going to the left here. It looks like we are heading into, is this the Halloween area? Let's see if there's anything
No,
over
this
here.
this is still Scream. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
Hopefully, I'm right. This is I think it's Stu Macher's house from the original one.
Ah, that's right, isn't it?
I want to say that I mean, it looks like it as much as you could do, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of the house that everything goes down at the end of the first one.
Yeah, and I should have known that since I recently just watched the movie about a month ago. Man, this is cool to kind of have it as a walkthrough, but then guests can walk through here because there's a restaurant. You've got a time machine, or not time machine. What in the world am I saying? You got an ATM. Man, it's only 9:30 here, but I guess it's late. I don't know. Who knows? You got a little blood right there. And you got the camera person, Gail Weathers.
Yep. I noticed that when I was going through it. I was like, hey, he's got Gail Weathers in here.
Yeah. Oh, and then you got the. Oh, that's really. Oh, and you even got the word Gail Weathers on the truck. Yeah, really well done. Well, now we're heading into Haddonfield, so this is your jam right here.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta tell me how accurate some of this stuff is, because as I said, I think I've seen like 2 or 3 Halloween movies, but.
Yeah, well, that's the Myers house right there for sure. That's a really good recreation of that too.
Okay. So just kind of a smaller design home. Yeah, I think I've seen the original one, the second one, and then that one that was made like 10 years ago, I think. Somewhere around that time. But I love the sign right there.
If you go back and look at that sign of the Michael Myers face, I think that was really well done too. However, keep going over. Keep going that way. It's right there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That stood out to me like right away.
Wow, that's really well done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even notice that. So we got a Halloween dark ride.
like and subscribe to the channel.
All right, lyrics. So this was an outstanding dark ride, and you point out a lot of different things to me as we are kind of riding this ride a second ago. So what kind of really stood out to you the most about this ride?
If you turn around at that first scene right there, right over there, or no, that's not the one. Keep my bad. Keep going. I thought that was the scene. Oh yeah, right here. So what I really like what he's doing is he's actually got a person there, and it looks like Michael Myers. And what he's doing is he's using like the businessman, and he's doing it from a distance. So, and he colored him white and gave him the overalls. So like from a distance, it really looks like Michael Myers. Or if it's a close-up, what he's doing is he's like shining the light at the face, so it kind of, you can't tell. But I mean, that's the first thing that stood out to me as well. I would have never thought that, and I think it was amazing. Through this whole thing, I mean, it's kind of the movies. He's got billboards that are saying like what year it is and whatnot, and In this one, he's got the first movie, he's got the 2018 movie, and then he's got the new one that came out last year, which is Halloween Kills. And he's got just all these little scenes throughout the whole movies of it, which I think was an amazing touch, and I've never seen anyone do anything like that.
Yeah, and that's a very, very good point you make because honestly, that was something I didn't really notice until you mentioned it. And it was like, oh my gosh, and then I could not notice that throughout the whole ride, you know. Um, and it's just
Yeah,
absolutely
just from
incredible.
like right there, it just even that one right there. I mean, if you look, it looks like Michael Myers from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just amazed at that. I had to, when I looked at it, I had to like, how did he do that? And I look and it was just like the businessman, and he just painted the face a white and the
Mm-hmm.
overalls, and I was like, wow, I am so stealing that in the future.
Yep. And then you said this is a scene from one of the movies, right?
Yes, yeah,
So that's really, really amazing. And I think the thing that amazed me the most is dude built a freaking neighborhood, man.
the
Like,
dedication,
look
right?
at that. He built a neighborhood.
Huge.
And as we look at this, I mean, I'm sure there are some, but like just right off the bat looking at it, I don't see any buildings that look replicated. Like I can't point out two single buildings right now or two buildings and be like, "Oh yeah, those were copies." Like that's what's insane about this. I'm sure there are some, but it's like every building looks different and unique, or if they do look similar, it's different building pieces. Like
Right.
this is absolutely insane. Like to me, this is one of the coolest things I've seen on console, period, just because it's like the dedication. Like I mean, I know
Right.
Matthew's going to watch this and I would just love to know like how long it took him to build this area. Um I love the burning house there. That's such a cool, I do remember that
Yes.
part.
Right, from the new one that just came out.
Yeah.
I was from that one. Yeah,
Um
the dedication. I mean, I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I don't think I would have that much dedication, like to do that much.
well, and then you got the sidewalk. The sidewalk the whole
Right.
way. Um I mean, dude, power to you, Matthew. This is insane. And then I like too how you do get good views essentially of the rest of the park. Going back to this coast real quick, maybe the only thing I would add in here is, just from a realism aspect, adding in some kind of custom supports. Just because it is under supported here because of it being over a path, just like right here. Um, so that's maybe the only thing I'd add in is finding a way to kind of integrate some kind of main custom support for that hill. Um, but obviously that's
Yeah.
hard to do when you've got a lot of path underneath like that. Um, but yeah, this is as we get kind of the overshot view. I mean, look how much of the map that neighborhood takes up.
That's a lot. Yeah. I know. I went in there and I zoomed out. I was like, holy, like man.
Yeah, this is insane. Um, so I'm sure that'll probably be your favorite area of the park, and it
Yeah.
probably will be
If you
mine.
look to your right, he's got the Haddonfield Hospital as well. And that's from the second one. He's just got a giant dropper, whatever the tower, in there, but just another like thing from a movie. It's just really
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, that's just the detail is really really impressive. Love to see it, and then obviously like the trees colored using the orange trees as well, just to kind of hide or make it keep the orangish Halloween feel to it. Now we're in Saw. These are honestly, man, this is
Please like and subscribe
it,
to the channel.
one of my favorite series that's ever made. And like, don't get me wrong, like they're gruesome movies at times, and like there's some parts that are very tough to watch. But the writers and how they wrote all the movies and how they all just intertwine is like just absolutely insane. I've never seen another series that the seventh movie relates back to the first movie in that kind of way before. So,
Yeah, and the fact that they were kind of like they didn't tell you all the details in the first couple, and then you get more and more details as they go on, and then they're still all together. Like, yeah, I really like the series too. Some of them were, you're like, a little crazy, but I mean the overall story was phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I mean, to be honest, the concept's interesting too. Of it's like, how much do you value life? But then you get to a point where people weren't even giving them a chance to live by getting out of their trap, right? So it's like,
Right.
it's like distorting Jigsaw's plan, which this is insane, by the way. This the detail here on this little flat ride called Death Trap. Who thought a kid's ride would ever be called Death Trap?
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think the part that to me in the series that was just like, oh my gosh, was I think it was the third movie happened. And the third one I thought was good. It wasn't great. Like, I liked the second one a lot. And then the fourth one was pretty good. And well, I guess the third one was really good. But the fourth one, then all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, that was happening simultaneous to the third one. I was just like, this is on another level. Just in terms of from a design and writing standpoint, and this coaster looks just all over the place.
Some I would definitely not ride in real life.
Yeah. So, I didn't even realize there's actually two coasters. It's just different.
Yeah, I think one's for the Freddy area, because I see Boiler Room.
Oh yeah.
Big sign for Boiler Room. Yeah, I would assume that's the Saw one.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, well, we're not worried about Boiler Room now, but once again, really cool kind of custom face there. So we're definitely going to take a ride here on Saw. And I do, kind of continuing with kind of the dark building style. Let's see. Oh, this is a drive tire launch coaster. So essentially like the Hulk. Where's the stats? There we go. G-force is good. So we got 6 inversions. All right. We'll talk to you guys after. So that was Saw, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this coaster. So what do you think about the coaster overall?
It was wild, but I mean, just like the movies, man. It's a wild story. It's got to be a wild coaster. I think it was really smooth again. Love just the little checkerboard things they put in there, and
for sure. And I like having this whatever this loop thing's called, kind of having it intertwined with the coaster is nice. I think in terms of, the Danglefoot coaster was a little bit smoother, but this one was still really smooth. But I think I like this one more because it just had like a really cool kind of vibe to it. Like you said, the checkerboard. I mean, you've got these saws everywhere, right? Like those are moving. There's this one part here where you got all these like 6 or 7 of those things moving. So it was just, and you're, like you said, you're kind of pretty high in the air the whole time. So it's just a really cool kind of design. So really enjoyed that coaster. And so let's see if we're missing anything over here with Jigsaw.
I just got another little piece there.
Oh, you got the little bicycle.
oh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's wicked.
Oh, it's incredible. Wow.
Man, that's talent right there.
Yeah. And then you got the spark, like the sparks from the actually I was thinking at first that'd be something from one of the blades, but there's no blade around, so I don't really know what that's referencing, but either way, cool. And I love the chains right there. But let's go ahead and move on. Which the death trap. That was so well done.
Oh, he's got another one right there too. I didn't even see that one.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was on the bicycle either. Now let's go to Elm Street. Yeah, it is funny though. I know I mentioned this before, but it's like the horror movies that like legit scare me are like the ones that are like I feel like could actually happen. Like, do you remember the movie The Strangers?
Yep.
See, that one to me is legit terrifying because at the end when they're like, "Why'd you do this?" They're like, "Because you were at home," and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like you could have some insane people in real life that just do stuff like that. Whereas this, I'm like, I don't live on Elm Street, so I can't. Freddy Krueger's not haunting my dreams. I don't go to Camp Crystal Lake. I don't think I'm taking my life for granted, right? You got like all these things with these movies that's like you're not living in that kind of style. So it's like, oh, it can't happen.
Well, I mean, I guess it's all to do with if Jigsaw thinks you're living your life right.
That's true. That's true. A very, very good point. Yeah, and so it's always funny, like when people talk about like being scared by some of these slasher movies. Just like they're jumpy, but they're not necessarily scary, right? So,
Right.
yeah, G-force is definitely a little bit high on this one, but as you can see, max speed 52, height 83. That's kind of crazy for how tall this lift hill is. It doesn't have that big of a drop. So that's probably where the G-forces come in at, is that tight kind of turnout right there. Probably what kind of has the G-forces a little bit higher, but this is obviously the boiler room, or is that the... Yeah, this is the boiler room, so this is going to be obviously a Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger coaster, so we'll talk to you afterwards. So I don't know about you, Lyric, but I was, I mean, I know this ride's called Boiler Room, but I was not expecting to go into this boiler room and see it this detailed.
Yeah, like when I skimmed over this park, I didn't really ride any of the rides because I wanted to be surprised on them. And I was not expecting that either. I mean, I was expecting a little bit in there, but I mean, look, he's got Freddy right there. Like, and that's amazing.
This reminds me of the time when Freddy will drag his whatever you call his hands, or whatever those are technically called, on the pipes, you know, when he's kind of walking slowly at somebody. Oh my gosh, just the detail in here is just insane.
Yeah, definitely a boiler room, that's for sure.
Oh wow. All right, so that is like, I mean, as I say with every park, like I highly encourage everybody to download this park and take a look for themselves, because this is just on another level.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to find really either, because I mean, I'm usually always looking for like scary stuff like this, and I haven't seen too much of it. And I think he just recently did it as of April-ish. So yeah, I've never seen anybody go this crazy into it.
Look at the colors.
His tongue.
Yeah, but look at the colors for his sweater.
Oh yeah, wow, jeez.
And then even the coloring here on the walls.
Oh, the glove.
You got the glove, but then you've got the brick color and the
yeah. Oh wow.
And the detail there kind of matches the color of like if you look at the coloring, it matches his color.
Oh wow, yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's an incredible Freddy Krueger.
I just wonder how long it took him to make those. I mean, I mean, some people are really fast at building.
Yeah.
Extremely fast. It's crazy.
Well, it's just with his detail, it seems like he's probably can do this pretty quick, which I do think he said, if I remember correctly, I think he said he's got another Pokemon park he's working on now, so that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, he said the same thing to me, too. He was working on a Pokemon park.
Yeah. Do you like Pokemon at all?
Yeah. I played the games as a kid, like on the Game Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I played Pokemon.
Oh, we got Darkrai. Yeah. Freddy's Dream. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and I like the picket fence. Is this obviously looks like the house from the first movie, I believe, with wasn't that Johnny Depp in the first Elm Street movie?
Yeah, he's the kid that got sucked up in the bed.
Yeah. I mean, real quickly, it was funny. I mean, obviously he's a Hollywood actor and stuff like that, but it's just funny he just talks in such a deep voice, and it's like he's from Kentucky, so he's like a Southerner from the South, and it's just his voice is just so deep when he talks, and
I want to
so
say
different.
It was one of his first movies he's ever been in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. He's so young in that. It's crazy. For sure. But let's go ahead and take a ride on Freddy's Dream. I think what's amazing about all of these rides is they're all so different in terms of how it's themed, but they're so well done in terms of, really bringing us back to the story. And so one thing I noticed here, which I think you said too, like just it's at some point it's like you can't really be surprised anymore with how good these done, right?
Right.
Like look there to the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was too occupied with what those buses were doing. That okay, that's really nice.
But it's like because of the lights flashing, it gives off this really cool just vibe. And when you oh, that's cool. When you see it a certain way, I didn't realize the bus
Oh,
comes and
he's throwing
crashes
it.
like that.
It's like he's throwing it at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
really cool.
He's really good with his like lighting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's cool seeing the Jason mask on the coaster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think just in terms of like picking one of the slasher villains that's like the Jason Voorhees is just probably one of the coolest ones. He's just like this beast of a dude that just this massive machete. um, but yeah,
Oh,
really,
you're a Jason guy.
yeah. I think if I had to choose one that's like this was the guy who taking a fight or something, I don't know.
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, he's like a zombie. You can't kill him. I mean, he's definitely probably the strongest out of all of them.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's just walking
Hmm.
towards nature at this point, really.
Although if you take Chucky, nobody will be able to see him. Um,
I feel like I just want to punt that guy across the room, but he Chucky's kind of one of the. He's like an element of surprise, though. Like he'll get you when you least expect it, or
yeah.
size doesn't make a difference.
Yep. The movie that came out a couple years ago I thought was pretty good because it was an interesting take on like a newer take on Chucky. Um, I still think one of the greatest scenes of all the Chucky movies is when she sees him come to life for the first time and she's like, "I'll throw you in the fire," and then he all of a sudden you see him turn from that plastic to the human face, and it's like, well,
And
that's
then bites
creepy.
the crap out of her.
It's just like they did such a good job of like, especially in that time period, just making it so creepy.
Yeah,
Um,
I really like what he did with these, like the boxes that he came in.
mhm.
Yeah.
Tommy, Ronnie, Timmy, Mickey. Uh-oh, Chucky's gone.
I didn't notice that. Oh,
Oh, that is
that's
cool.
sweet.
Chucky is gone. Okay, so we got to find. Surely Chucky's around here somewhere. Wow, that's really cool. See, like normally sometimes with flat rides, it's like you don't spend too much time looking at the inside where they're at and stuff. But oh, I just noticed this, the hand with the knife.
Yeah, when it comes to a flat ride, I kind of just put foliage around it and be done with it.
Dude, me too. But then again, don't really do that much with theming. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got this little ride is for Chucky. All right, let's stop that so we can hop on that right there. So the Child's Play coaster, which I guess makes sense because it's more of a kid's coaster.
Dude, I like the lighting.
Yeah,
It looks
lighting
like you're
looks.
in like the little factory that's from like the second one.
Yeah, that's
I'm wondering if I'm
amazing.
gonna see anything in there to kind of reference that, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a regular ride, but that's what I got from the first look at it. I was like, that looks like the little toy factory in there. In the second one.
Yeah, totally agree. So let's go ahead and take a ride on this. All right, so Lyric, what did you think about this Chucky Good Guy Doll Factory coaster?
That lighting is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna continue to say it. He's really good with lighting. I almost got the what I was telling you in the when we're riding it, that is kind of like the factory from the second one kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's what he was trying to do with that, but that's kind of almost what I got out of it. Really nice. I really like that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Chucky doll right there too.
Yeah, I think so because it's Chucky before he's got all the scars and stuff, right?
Right.
So that would be my guess as well. It would have to be the second or third one, and the second one makes the most sense. Um, yeah,
But at the same time, he might not even been referencing like a certain movie. It might have. That's just the vibe I got from it.
yeah, I totally agree with you on that. The only thing I'd say about this one is like this is a spinning coaster and it doesn't really spin at all. So that's the only thing that I would do from a coaster design aspect is kind of have some of that kind of free spin aspect of it. Um, but then again, maybe it was intentionally designed to not spin. He just liked the coaster model type. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
so that could be it as well. Um, but yeah, really, really cool. I mean, every single coaster is like so unique in its own right. It's can't even look. It's hard to look at one and be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite coaster, just because they're all so unique and really amazing to kind of fit the theme and vibe of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think anything's stopping that Halloween Dark Ride though.
Oh yeah, dude, I agree. Man, I'm like thinking, I'm like, where do I get a good like screenshot for this in terms of the thumbnail on the park? I just can't even think of it.
Probably top down.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
No, that's a cool view of
I
that
like the
massive
theaters
coaster.
he did too. And if you look, the theaters are actually hotels. At least, well, I think one side's a hotel, one's a bathroom.
Yeah, let's see. Yep, you're right.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And I like the lights, like it kind of feels like an old-fashioned cinema. Um,
Right.
yeah, really cool. And then this having you got the red carpet, and then this tarmac is almost like it's like a parking lot. At least that's how I kind of see it as. Um,
Yeah.
really, really cool. Or maybe it's like almost like a drive-in theater type aspect. Yeah, so I think we've just got the Jason Voorhees section. So Camp Crystal Lake.
Did we look at the Pennywise? Or...
Oh no, we haven't. Oh my gosh, totally forgot about that. How could I forget about It? My favorite, like the two It movies are just phenomenal, especially the first one.
I like the original one. It was. I mean, I think it was a little more creepy. The original one in the '90s,
You thought it was a little bit more what?
more creepy. I mean, the new clown, he's scary looking, but just that the original with the bright red hair and just
Yeah,
being Tom. What is it? Tom Curry or Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. Yeah,
Yeah, he nailed that one.
yeah. Well, see, it's so interesting how it's like as time goes on and as we have more developments and more technology, like watching that original one, like I agree, when it came out and you kind of saw it for the first time, it's like it was creepy as all get out, right? But looking at it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that clown was creepy to us, but I guess it does look more like a real life clown, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, not to bring up anything that happened in real life, but like, John Wayne Gacy was like, he was like,
Yeah.
did clown stuff like that. That's legit scary. Like, that's somebody who, like, obviously that's legit scary. And then you're right about like the new Pennywise, like, it's legit creepy. And I think the guy did an amazing job. Like, he was so creepy with it, but it's also like, it doesn't realistically look like a human being, right? It looks
Right.
supernatural. So there's a little bit, if people are thinking honestly, there should be a little bit less of a scariness to something that doesn't look human because it's not something that can actually be real.
Right.
But so now we're in Friday the 13th area and we got the coaster here. I mean, that's just such a cool view of that massive coaster from down here
Right.
in the Jason mask.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I'm definitely kind of got like a campy vibe.
Definitely like this. And I know I said this when we were riding the Freddy ride, but that was off camera. Like the Freddy vs. Jason movie, I think that last 10 minutes or so of that movie when they fight is one of the most epic scenes of any like slasher / horror movie with like them fighting. It's awesome.
Yeah, you should actually. They got a YouTube fan film of Michael versus Jason. It was
Oh,
but it is a fan film, so I don't
yeah.
expect tons great out of it. But it was really good too.
I'll need to
Anytime you
check
get
that.
any of the characters going against each other, it's gonna be epic.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. All right, so let's go ahead and take a ride on this Freddy coaster. Or not Freddy, Friday the 13th coaster. So that was the Friday the 13th coaster, and I love that Jason mask up there. Like, I mean, I'm still just amazed at how he makes all these custom signs. Just insane. It is weird how, like, you can tell a couple of these inversions are custom and not necessarily what came with the track design, I think, because there were a couple of moments where the track piece the support kind of went through where, like, he basically would have gotten decapitated, which is really annoying. That's like this part, I think, right here, how it didn't just like cut that part. You know how the game did not recognize that. Oh, that support right there doesn't need to be there because it's literally going to take everybody's stomach off. um,
Yeah.
but that's nothing
I
against
think
the.
wooden coasters are just their supports are just kind of wild to begin with.
Yeah. Um, really, really cool. This is you got like the little lake here or the cabins. Um, so Crystal Lake. We got more cabins down here. So I thought it was really cool, really good. You got the lake here. Let's
Oh, I was
see.
gonna say, where's the lake?
You got the
See that?
boat. Oh man, let's see.
Is he under there?
So that's supposed to be the mom. That's what I was trying to see if Jason was under here or
Yeah, that would have been cool if he had him chained up in there. That would have been cool.
yeah, or like kind of drowning a little bit or like
Drowning
what
ability, right?
yeah, or one of the characters like flopping around the water almost um that would have been really cool. But yeah, so by the way, I watched the. Do you know who El Ryan Toro is, or El Toro Ryan? I always mess it up on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, so he does all these videos like problematic roller coasters, and he just had a new one come out today called it's like Ghost Rider, but it's really cool because he really informs you a lot on like the mechanics behind roller coasters, and it's like these wooden roller coasters are hybrid. I don't know about hybrid coasters, but wooden roller coasters are supposed to sway a lot in real life. So it's kind of crazy when you actually watch the coasters up close, like how much their supports kind of move and sway. But it's like obviously it's supposed to do that, and that's like part of the support is all the swaying that it does compared to like a metal coaster, right? Or steel coaster. So really, really kind of interesting. I highly recommend checking his videos out. So
Yeah, I gotta get better with building coasters. I'm really not good at it.
yeah,
They're difficult to me.
yeah, it
I'd
just
rather
takes
see them
time.
than build a coaster.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I look at a lot of POVs and try to see, okay, like what does it do? What does this type of ride do, and so forth. It's I wasn't. I remember looking back at a couple of the first coasters I made, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how bad that was.
Yeah, well, you're known now as like the coaster king in the community, so
Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's
You good? Yeah, your coasters are
yeah,
amazing. So
yeah. Thanks, man. Still trying to get better with them. So I feel like smoothing. There's certain coasters that are just so tough to smooth out, like the wing coaster's tough. But oh, I love this. Oh, that's awesome.
oh yeah, I
And you
like
got
that a lot.
the machete. Oh, that's awesome. Really amazing. Um, so enough of me going off script there. Now we've got time to float. They all float.
Okay.
They all
Oh,
float down here.
it looks like balloons too. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. The blood balloons. Oh man. Yeah. It's just like my favorite scenes from the movies are like I don't know, it's like when he pretends like he's being nice and then all of a sudden he turns like evil and it's just there's this I mean it's like it's pretty terrifying how quickly he snaps. Like in the
Oh
second one
yeah.
with that little girl. Um or obviously in the first one with Georgie and just really
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you see a clown in a sewer, these kids should know better. But
yeah,
I
no
mean, I
kidding, right?
guess popcorn and balloons will get a kid to do anything.
Or the boat. How about your boat?
Right. Right.
Yeah, so obviously this is cool because it looks like kind of the old house. What's this one called? Um, let's see. 29th Evil Street. So that's supposed to be the, if I remember correctly, the house that everything goes down in the first movie.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
So with the well. So we'll go ahead and go on. Oh, it's a dark shooting ride. Okay, we'll see you guys after.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.
So Lyric, what'd you think about that dark ride?
All these dark rides are amazing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just again, he's making
Oh my gosh.
these. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even never have thought to do that. I wouldn't even know where to start, really. I mean, and the amount of like, just the amount of basic shapes he's used on these is, man, he's got to upload those to the workshop or something.
Yeah, this is insane. I wonder how much percent of the 96% that he's used on the PS5 was he had to use basic shapes for it. Um, that's insane.
Yeah.
By the way, have
I
you
like
seen
us.
the? Oh, go ahead.
What was that?
No, you go ahead.
What I was gonna say.
My bad. I was gonna say I might actually put this link in the description below if I remember, but I wonder if you've seen this or if any of our watch or viewers have seen this. It's like there's that clip in the first It movie where he starts dancing. They play it's like a 20-second clip when they're down in kind of the sewers and the girl, I forget her name, the actress, she's like looks around and all of a sudden there's like this like almost like clown music that starts playing and he starts dancing and there's like a clip on YouTube of his dance seriously could go with like any type of music and so they mash together like some like Creed, some Disturbed, some like slower music and it is one of the funniest clips. So I'll have to put that in the
Yeah.
link below for everybody to check it out because it is hilarious.
Yeah, that I've definitely seen that meme. Not of that, but just of the dance, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, we got monorail station. I didn't even know this. We got a monorail going around the park. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Jason. Jason lives. Okay. Yeah, we got to look from the elevator. Oh, this is still okay. So I guess this was technically part of the Jason section. It is kind of crazy, like when you think about it, like as as humans, like how drawn we are to like certain stuff, right? Like it's just like how much people like horror movies, or it's like they got all these documentaries now, whether it's on Netflix or whatever, about like the making of a serial killer, or like the haunting or the hunting down of a killer, and it's like we're so intrigued by all this stuff. It's like really sick stuff, but it intrigues us all.
Yeah, I get into all the documentaries, even the horror, the behind the scenes of the horror movies, documentaries I watch and
Yeah.
all that. So like I know crazy facts about like the movies and the sets and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it'd be pretty creepy the first time you act in a horror movie of like obviously nothing bad's gonna happen to you, but yeah, you got this dude look like a clown with all this clown makeup on that's like acting like he's taking a bite out of you or something, like pretty creepy.
yeah, definitely.
So we're back here at the main entrance, and I mean I think we know your answer on this one, but what's your favorite
Yep.
part of the park?
I mean, not to discredit anything else, everything's amazing, but I mean that Halloween dark ride is definitely hands down my favorite. Just the amount of space he's used, and he just literally created the entire town of Haddonfield. Like, bravo.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think as a dark ride, I think that's the best well done ride. So I gotta agree with you on that for sure. Um, just to be a little different, if I'm gonna go based off the whole area in terms of the creating of it, um, gosh, I just think the boiler or
It's
I
hard
guess
to pick, ain't it?
yeah, I know. Now I'm thinking about like, I guess maybe this Freddy area and the fact that like even this, like everything is colored.
Yeah,
Everything
like
is
a claw hand too.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, but it's like everything is colored to make it look like Freddy. Um, and then the combination of going in here in the boiler room, like, which now let me go back to nighttime. Like
Yeah,
this
it
was
looks
just
funky
insane.
at daytime.
Yeah.
I just
Um,
imagine that the Halloween dark ride at daytime. It's just like funny.
well, now that you
Uh,
mention it, let's see what the neighborhood looks like in the day. Hold on, I was going the wrong way. Let's see. There we go.
so yeah, go up to one of the Michael Myers he has, and just so people can see what he actually made him out of. Like how, like it's just the regular business
Yeah.
guy, but just the lighting and the darkness. I mean, and that's what he does. He just hides in the darkness,
Yeah.
shadows and stuff. So
And
just,
even yeah, and even in the daytime, it's like he still looks creepy. Um, yeah, this is amazing. So well done. If I were to like rank these movies series in terms of what I like the most, it probably would be Saw first, then Chucky, um, probably then Scream. Or, oh no, oh wait, my bad. I gotta throw it first. It, then then Saw, then Chucky, then Scream, then Jason, then Freddy, then Halloween. If I were to rank the movie series, um,
yeah, it'd be definitely hard. I mean, I'm going Halloween, then probably Scream.
mm-hmm.
I'd go Jason, Freddy, um, Pennywise, and Saw, and then Chucky.
Yeah. Did you
Obviously,
watch the? I mean, I'm sure you did, but did you watch the Scream TV series that was made like 4 or 5 years ago?
of course.
Yeah, it's like I rewatched that recently too, and Jasmine's like, "I can't believe you're watching this." She's like, "It reminds me of like Riverdale." I'm like, "Yeah, it's so cheesy, so stupid. It's like typical like teen over dramatic crap about everything, and it's like, how in the world are these teenagers actually doing this stuff? But yet it just kept me so entertained.
Yeah, I've definitely liked it. The mask was hard to get used to, that different look, but I think after like the third or fourth season, I'm not sure which one, they went to the regular mask.
Yeah, the third season was weird. It was like totally
watch
separate
it.
from the other two. It just wasn't as good. It was like it just they went back to the main mask, but it was like it was totally separate and different, and just it just didn't really fit too much in line with kind of some of the storyline and stuff. I mean, the storyline was still intriguing. But yeah, like
I think that a really good series to watch, I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but is that Fear Street. So they have like
okay,
the three parts. They were all dates like 19. I forget what the actual year date of the years, but there's like three of them. It was Fear Street, and it was kind of like a nod to like all the slashers and stuff. So that was pretty good too.
okay, yeah. All right. So, anything else to say about this park as we kind of wrap it up?
Um, yeah, not really. Just everything's amazing, and you did an amazing job. And
Yeah.
it touched my heart.
Yeah, Matthew, just so you know, Lyric was like, I reached out to him and was like, hey, you want to do another park tour? And he's like, dude, you seen this slasher park? We got to do that one. So I'm like, absolutely. It's on my list, so sounds good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, as I said, just make sure to go check this out in the workshop. And I mean, we've said it throughout the whole thing, but like, I'm just so impressed with this. Just all the characters you had to make, all the signs, the theming behind everything. Your coasters have definitely gotten better too. So it's always great to see like improvement each time, because that's what we all strive for, right? Um, is to improve with our builds each time, and this is just absolutely insane. So stay on the lookout for a Pokemon park as well. So, well, thank you so much for joining me, Lyric.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Michael.
Of course, and hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day or evening, and talk to you guys later.